Welcome to Dust to Grace, where gumption meets grace and real life gets lived out loud. I am so glad you're here. Have you ever felt all worn out, but something inside of you just won't quit? That quiet, stubborn something that keeps you getting up, keeps you hoping, keeps you believing that there is still something on the other side of this hard season. I know that feeling, and I believe it has a name. It is called grace. I grew up in western Nebraska, where the days were measured by sunrises, sore muscles, and the smell of fresh-cut alfalfa on a hot summer afternoon. I learned early that you show up, you do the work, and you don't make much noise about how hard it is. That kind of living, it doesn't harden you, it grounds you. It teaches you that most things worth having, the patience, and that the land always shows up honest. And somewhere in that upbringing, I also learned to breakaway rope. Breakaway roping is where you back your horse into a tight corner and you feel everything, the fear and the hope and the noise of the crowd. And then you take one breath, you nod your head, and you launch your throw at exactly the right moment. Now, I haven't roped in a long time, and I asked myself, does that still count? Does a breakaway roper who hung up her rope years ago still get to call herself a breakaway roper? Here is what I know. The rope doesn't make you a roper. The box does. The breath does. And the gumption to do it anyway does. And I have been backing into boxes every single day since I left that arena. In a coaching room, at a hospital bedside, a podcast microphone. The question is not whether your story still counts. The question is whether you're willing to let that story teach you something. I'm Lisa Anders, ranch raised in western Nebraska, a breakaway roper, Dr. Daniel Amen, elite brain health coach, a mother, a wife, and a small business entrepreneur. And I built this podcast for the person who is still here, still breathing, still holding on, because that is exactly enough to start with. This podcast is called Dust to Grace, because that is the journey, my friend, from the dust of the hard seasons to the worn down, the worn out, the wondering if grace is still available to me seasons, to the grace that has been waiting there the whole time. We're going to talk about hope when faith feels far away. We're going to talk about resilience without making it sound like a punishment. We're going to talk about the science of brain health, and we're going to bring it into the conversation because a healthy brain makes hope easier to hold, faith easier to practice, and love easier to give. We're going to talk about ranch life and rodeo gumption and midlife wisdom and what it means to be a mother and a wife walking through real seasons with real people. And at the center of it, 4 things I believe with everything I have: hope, faith, love, and the choice to believe again. You enter this circle wherever you are, through hope when faith won't come, through love when belief feels impossible, through the simple decision to still be here. There is no wrong door, my friend, and wherever you are walking in from, you are welcome here. I want to tell you something I learned standing at a bedside, watching someone I love prepare to leave this world. When everything else had been said, when faith felt too big and love felt too painful, and the words that were supposed to help had all gone quiet, what we had left was hope. Just hope. And I remember thinking, that's not nothing. That, my friend, is everything. Because hope is the door. Faith is on the other side. Love is on the other side of it. The willingness to believe again, that is on the other side of it too. But hope is what your heartbeat hangs on when you can't find your way to any of these seasons. If that is where you are today, that is enough. That thread is the door. And you just walked through it, my friend. In episode 1, we're going to talk about what it means to launch your throw, to take that breath before the goal, about vulnerability and fear and why they cannot walk the same path, about the no times that hang with us longer than the wins and the buckles, and what they are actually trying to teach us. I cannot wait to sit with you there. Until then, I'm not asking you to do anything except this. Notice what is in your hand. You don't have to make a move today or throw. Just feel it, because that feeling, that's not fear. That's the beginning of something. You're not behind. You're not broken. You are one breath away from the life grace has for you. Real stories, real struggle, real grace. Take the breath. Breathe in. I'm Lisa Anders, and I'll see you next time on Dust to Grace. Have a great day.